There are hundreds of organizations who are working with the communities, with the children, all over the state, all over India. But what we are finding is that many of the programs, very well funded by government, by funding agencies, bilateral organizations, but the results are not being reached. You find that even today, child laborers are there, child marriages are taking place, children are being harassed by both educated and uneducated people. Why it is so? And you find that the people who are working with non-governmental organizations are not very well equipped with information. What we are from Child Rights Trust are focusing is helping these people who are working at the community level with the children, with the families, get equipped with latest information. We have to help them to understand what is meant by child rights. Not only child rights, but also there are several acts, rules, procedures, programs that are necessary to protect children, rehabilitate them, and bring them up as citizens of this country. You find that when a child laborer is rescued, or when you go to prevent a child marriage, the community poses with a lot of questions. If you are not equipped to answer them, why we need to combat child labor, why we need to prevent this particular child marriage, why we need to rescue a child who is trafficked from a community, from a village or an urban area to a brothel or to child labor, why we need to protect them? They are citizens of this country. They have rights. They have constitutional rights. They also have rights as enshrined by the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. By all these, we have to give value to every dollar, every rupee, every pound that is being invested in development programs. You invest a lot of money, you bring people, you employ them, you provide material, but the end result is not so much very good. With the training of the people who are working at the cutting edge to document these things and to quote appropriate legal instruments, and also to use existing programs of the government, they have to get equipped. Our training programs, from concept to realization on child rights, builds every human being in the organizations working at NGOs, government, and also with private agencies. By investing money, by investing time on these, we have to look at long-term results. Rescuing a child from child labor, or from a child marriage situation, or from a trafficking situation is not an end in itself. It's just a beginning. We have to see that that child gets an appropriate care plan. That care plan is not a temporary one or a short-term duration. Care plan should be for a long-term plan. That is why we need to work with local NGOs, help them to understand their local language, the legal instruments, and other material. Prepare material for them to read as a reference, and also work with local people's representatives to equip them to respond to the requirements. So we need support from you to train the field workers. We are proposing to conduct in the next 6 months 6 programs in 6 different districts of this state, Karnataka, working with about 30 to 35 field workers, and build them to become protagonists to uphold every right of every child. Thank you.